video is going to be about joining the Army. I first want to start off with my story. About 6 years ago, I was attending a church, and at the church, someone recruited me to a local recruiter's office. They gave me the phone number to our office. I went there multiple times, and eventually I decided that I wanted to join the Alabama Army National Guard. At the time, they were offering an incentive of $50,000 student loan repayment program. So I signed this 8-year contract, served 6 years in the individual ready reserve and 6 years in the Alabama Army National Guard and 2 years in the individual ready reserve. Unless I wanted to stay in the Alabama Army National Guard for the 2 years. Altogether, it's an 8-year contract. So I went to basic training, and since I already had my bachelor's degree, I started off as an E4, a specialist. So I received better treatment, which is great because I'm already a higher ranked once I joined. Unless I messed up, then I would have to do the push-ups, sit-ups. I mean, we all had to do the push-ups and sit-ups if somebody messed up, but we are supposed to receive somewhat better treatment than an E1 for those that are lower ranked. So right after I graduated basic training, I went to OCS as an E5. Everybody starts off at least a sergeant. And let me tell you, the difference between basic training and OCS is you definitely have to be mentally tough and physically fit. There's definitely more training with enlisted. With basic training, there was the push-ups, sit-ups, and the 2-mile run. With OCS, they add in the 3, the 4, and the 5-mile run at a timed pace, just like the Army PFT. And then there are longer ruck marches and more ruck marches. So, I mean, it's definitely physically challenging, but it's once you graduate and complete the training, you'll appreciate it. It's just an awesome and great experience. So right after I graduated at OCS, I was assigned to 25 Alpha, which is Signal Corps. Originally, I wanted to specialize in a healthcare corps, but I ended up just staying as a signal officer because I wouldn't get held back with promotions. And the whole reason of being in the Army is to get promoted and get deployed. If you aren't getting promoted or deployed, you might as well get out. That's what I was told. That's how I was taught. So just want to get promoted and get deployed. Unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity to get deployed, but you definitely want to make sure that you get deployed if you do join the Army. So I was a 25 Alpha, and by the time I transferred over to the individual ready reserve, I was 25 Golf. It is still all Signal Corps. I was in charge of communications at whatever unit I was at, whether it was a company or a battalion. I was working with the Signal Corps officers and soldiers. So what I did want to mention is what you should know before joining. Before joining, I knew almost 0% of anything in the Army. My dad was a Marine soldier. He joined the Marines right after he graduated high school. So he was excited that I wanted to join. So he taught me a few face movements, but that was about all I knew. And the more that you know, the better prepared that you'll be. So if you can just research face movements, learn some common courtesies and customs. Definitely, if you know common courtesies and customs, it'll save you a lot of sit-ups and push-ups. If you know how to properly salute those that are in authority over you, the whole company that you will be assigned to will do less push-ups and sit-ups, and everything will go a lot smoother, and you'll be better prepared. Also, you'll have to learn how to respect those that are in authority over you. If you can't take somebody yelling at you in your face, like in civilian life, if somebody yells at you that you don't know, most people will want to fight that person. But in the military, you cannot do that. You have to take it. You have to be yelled at, and you have to and you can't make any facial expressions. You have to just deal with it, and and eventually you'll graduate and it'll be over. Well, not all of it. If you continue to perform well and be respectful of those over you. Respect is it is vital. You have to know how to respect those in authority over you. Also, research Army regulations and field manuals. There's a ton on the internet already. Once you get to basic training, you receive a CAT card, and you'll be able to access more Army regulations and field manuals that are not on the internet. But if you already have knowledge of some of the Army regulations and field manuals, for example, Army Regulation 670-1, which is Army wear and appearance, and if you know how to properly put your uniform together and you're always good to go, then the leaders over you, they'll see that and they'll recognize that, and they'll want to recognize you for that. And hopefully the more knowledge that you have and the more respectful that you are, and also get into shape. If you know that you have to do push-ups and sit-ups and run, so you should already be prepared to complete the minimum standard. All you have to do is just research online the Army PFT chart and complete the minimum standards according to your age. And when my mentality, when I joined, was to get the maximum. I've been an athlete since middle school, and I had a college scholarship running track in college. So I already had an advantage. I was expected to max everything all the time. So when I first joined basic training, I was out of shape. So I eventually got into shape, and I was maxing everything by the time I graduated OCS. But yeah, you definitely want to be in shape. And the better in shape you are, the better prepared you are with how the military works and the face movements, the better chances you will have at being promoted on time and not getting held back and being deployed. So you always want to look good. You always want to make those in authority over you look good. So yeah, it's very important to be prepared before joining the Army, because it'll just make your experience more enjoyable. You'll enjoy those around you. There'll be less complaints, and it'll just be a great experience for you. So that's my input. If you think that you are a fearless, high-speed leader, you know how to slow down a leader, you want to make sure that you are a leader, and you can look up the definition of leader, and that you're able to work with the team, then the Army is probably a good fit for you. Or the Army is always in need of shoulders, so the Army will possibly be a great place for you to establish your career. If you do decide to join, please visit a local recruiter, and they'll give you all the details according to your education and the career path that you want to take. So I'll put the Army's website in the description box. And yeah, so that's my input.